What is up, everybody? Alexis Pearson here with the Bar Down Beauties podcast. Jessie Pierce is taking her first break of the day. Yes, her first break of the day. There she is. Cheers to you, Jessie. Enjoy that McGolden. Joining me now is two of my friends and also sports media people here in the Twin Cities. You probably don't need me to introduce them. Well, maybe in the hot dog costume you don't recognize them. But this is Boss Man and JJ. And they are part of the 10K Takes crew. Actually, the founders of the 10K Takes crew. And, we can talk sports. We can talk our friendship. Do we want to start with, so for those who don't know, I've mentioned on the podcast a couple times, I have a mouse problem in my apartment currently. It's been going on for about a month. And you guys have now recently been cursed with a mouse problem at the 10K Takes house. You've got like the sturdy trap set up. I've got just the sticky traps. Give us an update. What's the mouse issue looking like right now?
Well, first up, we got to clear the air. Whose peanut butter did you use for the mouse traps?
That was Houseboy Donnie's.
Okay.
Not any of ours.
I was going to say, because I would Venmo request you 8 cents for the peanut butter used for the mouse traps.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Jake is in charge of our mice military operation.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
He's the director of that.
The internal.
He reads weekly updates on it. Jake, give us a little status report on the mice.
So only one mouse has been killed to this point.
You guys actually caught a mouse? I have yet to catch a mouse.
So,
okay.
I actually checked all traps as of Monday morning.
One KIA.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I checked all traps. I'm like, oh, wow. Maybe I was just seeing stuff. Maybe I was hallucinating. Yeah. Maybe something was slipped into the food I ate or something on Sunday, and I was just seeing stuff.
Who would have slipped something in your food if you had to pick somebody in the house?
Well, the mice.
The mice did.
Okay.
The mice. Well, no. Okay. Well, would it have been you, Boss Man? You want me to trip out or what?
I think that's above him.
It might be Donnie.
No,
Andy.
And I'm not someone who would successfully poison someone. Like I either wouldn't do enough or I'd probably kill you on accident.
I don't know. Maybe it was just my own brain.
So I'll never even try.
I might just be stupid. My competent level is not very high.
Yeah.
But I spotted a mouse on Sunday. And maybe I was just seeing stuff, but I thought maybe I was just seeing stuff because I checked all traps Monday morning, nothing.
So was it moving fast? Because when I first saw my mouse, it moved so fast. My first thought was, I've got the biggest spider ever in my apartment. And then I processed, I'm like, that wasn't a spider, that was a mouse.
Well, I was sitting in our living room at the 10K house, and I just see something on the corner of my eye. I look. It was one of those things you see in movies. You look.
Yeah.
I'm like, was that just a mouse? Just like in our house? Like, oh. Gosh, dude, like, I don't know how many mice are in the house right now.
That's the problem. If there's one, there's a million,
and that's what I thought. So then we set up going by all these traps, set them all up throughout like all entire house and everything. And then Monday morning, checking all the traps, nothing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm like, okay. They open up our storage room, dead mouse clamped down on one of our traps. I'm like, okay, there we go. Okay, dispose that. I'm like, there's going to be more. Since Monday, nothing.
Okay, and it's Saturday now, right?
And it's Saturday.
I was going to say, some of those mouse traps are in very convenient locations for toes. I was going to request that you could decommission a few of those.
Yeah, so
relocate them.
Is JJ in charge? Is he in charge of the toes as well, or how's this work?
Yeah, he's liable for toes.
Liable for toes.
That was not signed in the house contract.
He does have final say on decommissioning the mouse traps.
Okay.
Nope. Not in the housing contract. But we've only caught one mouse today, which is surprising because I thought I saw two. Maybe it was all in my head. Okay. I don't know if I'm just stupid, but I thought I saw two mice. Okay. And we've only caught one.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, that's two more than my apartment has caught so far. So maybe you need to come to my apartment. Can I hire him? Can I contract him for?
Yeah, he does. He does have a kill under his belt.
Yes,
so.
I have a KIA.
He's at least has one kill, so he has the credentials at least to look into it.
Also disposed it and everything, so I have the experience.
See, that's what I'm afraid of. If I do catch one, I don't want to clean it up, so I might call you.
Right. Well, you have like the glue traps in there.
First of all, people keep coming at me for that. I did not pick those traps. I live in an apartment. I called maintenance. That's what they brought, and everyone's roasting me for it. I'm like, I get it. They're not the most humane ones. You know, the other ones are more efficient. I didn't pick them. That's why I think I might hire you, because you guys seem to have it figured out. My apartment clearly doesn't.
Well, and going back into the history of 10,000 Takes, our old studio in Prior Lake had an infestation problem with animals. I mean, we had spiders, ants, we had fruit flies at one point.
Probably because the window was half
or maybe because we collected like 1,000 beer cans from the brewery across the street,
but never washed them out.
And it was like 80 degrees in that studio, so it just was a cesspool.
Yeah. So I mean, at least we did gain the experience of what's the industry?
Pest Control?
Pest Control. Yeah. We have a basic
or
level
as I like to call
it,
Pest No Control, because they haven't helped me at all yet.
Correct. And the pests usually win.
Yeah, that is
true. You usually put a lot of time
Every
into
time.
catching them, but you know.
How do you get mice in your apartment?
That's a great question. I live on the second floor. I live in downtown St. Paul. How did a mouse where did you come from? Did you come from Tom Reed's Hockey City Pub and just take the elevator up to my apartment?
Was it like when Montreal came to town, they probably drag a bunch of mice with them and they
probably did.
St. Paul with them.
That's what it is. I'm blaming the Montreal Canadiens.
Pretty easy to blame.
So my next topic I want to talk about, hockey related here. Bossman and I had plans to play some outdoor puck a couple weeks back. JJ, were you going to be there too, or
I was going to be there.
Okay, so we had plans to play some outdoor puck. Bossman is learning to skate this year. You're looking a lot better, I gotta say. You've improved a lot from the first videos I saw.
Although I did get some of the best advice from a professional this week.
Okay, and what was it?
I personally asked Ryan Carter. I said, I've been skating for a few months. My left ankle is like a fish. It just kind of hangs there. It has no strength. And you want to know what he told me to do?
What?
He told me to quit. So I haven't skated since, but I'll be back.
We had plans to skate. We did. This was probably about a month ago now.
Yep.
And it was pretty well. We had two plans. Our first set of plans, it was literally like a snow-nado. Like it was like so windy. I went to Target and I almost got blown over putting my cart away.
Yeah.
And Bossman texted me. He said, "So maybe we should like reschedule this. Let's do it a different day." And I was like, "Okay." The other day we scheduled it for was a day where it was like literally like negative 10 degrees outside.
Yeah, and it's one of those like moments where you scroll down on the weather app and it's like feels like minus 40. It's like, okay, so I won't walk outside today. That's the plan.
And we were worried because, we were worried about what the critics were going to say. Bossman and Alexis are weak. They're losers. They're not true Minnesotans. So we cleared the air. We put it out on Twitter. We said, hey, due to inclement weather, we will not be playing outdoor puck today for player safety reasons. We all hope you can understand. And now the weather is getting a little warmer. I don't know if we're going to get to play some outdoor puck.
It could get a little soupy, but, I do want to point out as members of the media, we need to be transparent.
We do.
That comes first. So if we were going to skate, and we were going to cancel it, we were going to tell everybody.
Plus, you wanted to make a Bloody Mary, so it all worked out. All worked out well
I ended up just day drinking, actually morning drinking instead, which, still exercise is a part of the body, just not the liver. Right.
The liver gets exercised.
I'm glad you know how that one works.
Yeah. Yes. Well, and speaking of day drinking, something we all love to do is go to Gopher tailgates.
Oh, yes.
Gopher season is coming. We'll talk about that in a second, but before that, Wild season ramping up. There's, they've got 20-something games left on the season. They're kind of going through it now, which is I remind people we've all been there, right? Like let's cut them some slack. They've played a little bit better as of late. They're gonna hit a homestand here. What is your guys' assessment? You've got your Wild Takes podcast. You talk about it on the Rundown from time to time. What do you guys think about the Minnesota Wild right now? That was a deep breath, JJ.
I mean,
deep breath.
This is typical Minnesota Wild, right? I think they get to this point in the season where they are, they look like they're losing it a little bit, but then they pop back up and then they get hot before the end of the season, and they're starting to do that again. They're starting to figure out how to win.
They like to play with your feelings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just like Doc Emmerich said, like the great Doc Emmerich, he said when they get late into a game, and you're a general hockey fan versus a regular fan, he'd be like, well, if you're a general hockey fan, this game is exciting. If you're a fan of either one of these teams, this game is nerve-wracking.
That's every game. We were at Topgolf last night, and there was a minute left, and Columbus pulled their goalie. I go, this game will go into overtime.
Yeah.
It's going to go.
So it's your fault.
It's going to go into 3-1 still.
I got to say, I was blaming Fallness. So Fallness, I worked both games this week, or the doubleheader. And doubleheader. Baseball's back, by the way. Back to back is what I meant to say.
Shout out.
Shout out to the MLB for finally figuring that out. So I worked the Thursday and Friday game. On Thursday, Fallness was adamant we were going to be out of the studio by 8:30. That's post game and everything. Game started at 6. He said we will be out of here by 8:30.
Yep.
I said okay. 8:30 rolls around. We are not out of there. It goes to a shootout. Friday rolls around. We're exhausted. He's been covering high school hockey all day. I've been at the expo all day. He's like, this game is cruising. We're going to be out of here. It'll go by pretty good. He's like, I actually got to get to the store before the night is over. I'm like, great. 30 seconds left in the third period. The Blue Jackets score. And I said, Fallness, both of these games were your fault. So if you want to relieve the pressure of feeling the blame, we can put it on Fallness.
No, anytime you have an opportunity to blame something on Kevin Fallness, you take it. you take it every single time.
Well,
I remember I tweeted at him a few weeks ago. I was at Tom Reed's in the Wild game, and I go, and they were down like 4-1. I go, if the MN Wild win, does Kevin Fallness show up at Tom Reed's? and he's like, is that an invite? I'm like, have you never been invited to anything before?
Yeah.
So
Well, Fallness and I are kind of beefing right now because if you recall, You guys know Spoke Z on Twitter, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Spoke Z declared last week that he was hashtag Team Mouse in the whole battle of me and the mouse in my apartment.
That
And
guy also puts straws in his beards. He can't
Yeah.
be trusted.
No,
No.
he definitely
He's
shouldn't
from
be
Boston.
trusted. Yeah, and he's from Boston. He's Team Mouse. And so I got into this whole debacle on Twitter of, who's Team Mouse. I need to know who's against me and who's for me. And
Right.
Fallness, my own boss for the Minnesota Wild, tweeted that he was, in fact, Team Mouse. And I said, that's kind of cold-hearted. I literally work with you, and you're going to turn your back on me?
Wait, so Fallness is your boss with the Wild?
Yeah.
That is terrifying. That guy shouldn't be in charge of managing
Oh,
anything.
this is the guy who takes pictures
He
of his
ta-
feet.
and Zach
Puts him on
Halverson
Twitter.
religiously.
Yeah.
All you
He-
have to do is bring LaPanta
I've
into
never-
this,
yeah.
and he'll just roast the hell out of
To
him.
be fair, everybody takes pictures of Zach Halverson.
Yeah,
I
So
guess
that's
it's not
just-
just Fallness.
oh,
It's
yeah.
Sauce
Oh, me,
and
it's
everybody.
Sauce,
It's so
everybody.
funny. It's so funny.
Just a random picture of Sauce. It's no context. Or Halverson, just no
I
context.
texted Sauce a picture of Zach one time when Zach and I were working a broadcast together. This was earlier this season, and Zach was he was like tired of sitting or something, and he was tired of leaning over to type on the computer.
Oh,
so he's
gosh.
like, I got to find a way to get the key or the keypad in my lap so I don't have to bend over onto the table anymore. So he like gets his legs folded up, puts the keypad on his legs, and is like leaning back in his chair. And I'm staring at him. He goes, "You can take a picture if you want." So I
Yeah.
take a picture, and I
He
said,
just know he's like a beaten dog. He
I
knows
know.
at this point. He's like, just give it to me.
I sent it to Sauce. Sauce's response is ha 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 ha. Just
Sauce-
a bunch of ha-has in a
Oh.
row.
Sauce definitely saved that to like 8 places in his phone so that he
Oh,
never
yeah.
lost it.
Yeah.
It's archived. He saved that to the iCloud or whatever forever.
Yeah.
It's in
Right.
there for good.
Yeah, by the way, I still don't understand how iCloud works. I don't think I'll ever understand it.
I just got an iPhone, and I had a hell of a time dealing with that.
It won't ever make sense.
Yeah, so you just got a new desktop. You got a new phone. Is this
Mhm.
hashtag guys doing business?
Guys
Oh,
doing business is investing in
Yes.
Apple products. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, no free
10K
sponsors. No free sponsors.
No, oh yeah, sorry, not
They're not
Apple.
not an
I mean,
official
it's
sponsor.
one of the computer companies. You can figure out which one it is.
But you can still be a guy doing business and have a Windows product.
That's true.
Can
That's
we-
true.
Can
we
you,
set
can
that?
you though?
Yeah.
Can you though?
Yes, because I have a PC and it's just fine. I've done just fine. But I had an Android for a while, and you guys gave me so much crap for it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because
Oh, so you upgraded to
Yeah.
to a hashtag not an iPhone because hashtag no free sponsors.
So I upgraded from a hashtag not an Android to a hashtag not an iPhone because of peer pressure within the company that I'm going to now sue for eventually.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
well,
for
yeah,
emotional distress. I was
Okay.
forced into getting an iPhone.
right.
No, not true.
You, you won't regret it.
No,
That's all I'm saying.
well,
Alexis, you are an Apple connoisseur.
I am.
He will not regret it, right?
Mm-mm.
although
and people stop making fun of you, so it's kind of a win-win.
I mean, for the last day I've been trying to figure out how to transfer all my stuff over from my Android to the iPhone. That was a crazy
All of the-
experience.
all the data.
That's going to take a lot of time of guys doing
Messages,
business
contacts,
to figure that
everything.
out.
But we're guys doing
Yeah.
business. We're
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. We have ideas all over the place.
We're always looking at stock prices and spreadsheets.
As you should.
Yeah,
We're allegedly working with Bill Guerin on what they should do during the trade deadline
okay,
to figure
good,
out this
good.
team.
He's
Somebody's gotta
leveraging us as advisors.
Yes.
As he should.
From the
'Cause
fans.
we're
standpoint.
journalists.
Correct.
Well,
yeah.
not fans.
Big,
We're
big J
journalists.
journalism.
Yeah,
We're big. We're real. We're the best journalists ever do
Yeah.
it till we're not.
Yeah,
Except for
I-
when we're not, which is most of the time.
I still have your Christmas card that says that on my
Yeah.
fridge from 2 years ago.
Yep. Yeah, I got blackout drunk and ordered 100 Christmas cards.
Yeah, as one would.
And then I didn't regret it. I actually still have some. If anyone wants one, just DM me on Twitter because
Yeah.
I have a lot of them.
He does, yes. Last thing, we'll wrap it up with this. I prefaced it earlier. Gopher football season.
Yes.
Onside kicking coach Mike Hawk in my presence. How do you feel about the team coming up on this season? You think they've got it in them? PJ, I am. If the Wild turn things around here, I think we got to give thanks to PJ for that. He got the crowd fired up the other day.
Yes.
Yep.
And they
Love
won that
that.
night. It was the best game they played in about a month. So that's my coach, Sky Yamaro, the Go Gophers. How do we feel about How do we feel about the upcoming season?
Well, first off, I'm very upset because I don't know if they're going to let me run on the field or be on the field as a coach this season because apparently I have a drinking problem. No, but
You hate to say it.
serious. But in all seriousness, I'm very pumped up because we're good friends with Tanner Morgan. He's coming back for a 6th season now. They're bringing back like some experience. They have an offensive line. They've gotten some transfers in. Mohamed Ibrahim is coming back.
Thank God.
And like it's so sad as seeing him got injured in that first game last year
It was tough.
and like against Ohio State. So this team is going to roll through. They're going to win the West and they might make the playoff.
You never
I'm
know.
being
You
overly
never know.
optimistic
Yeah.
here, but
You never know. If they do, give us the credit for saying it first. If they don't blame us. We're not
Okay.
professionals.
Final quick question. I just thought of this because I brought this up on my Twitter and I got roasted by my boyfriend for it. Could I tackle Falele if I had enough of a head start, I know he's not, with the team anymore. Let me finish.
Yeah.
If I had enough of a head start and he had no idea I was coming, could I catch him off guard and tackle him?
No, it'd be like a bullet bouncing off of steel or like a feather falling on steel or something. Like you're gonna bounce right off of him.
Boss man?
Maybe if he had like 8 shots of vodka in 4 minutes, you might be able to, because you got to get him. Or maybe if he spins around on a bat 10 times,
get him a little dizzy.
then you just give him a little push.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. I just got to catch him off guard where I don't have to do much work. I just got to run. I know that he's already halfway over.
I think if he is somewhat disoriented in some way, you could be able to pull it off. I think stone cold sober, even with the surprise element, it probably wouldn't happen.
He's the kind of guy you run into and he just feels like, oh, you guys feel that little breeze on my back, or like
that's what everyone keeps saying. You wouldn't even face him.
It would be an itch.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it. Whatever. I still think I stand a chance, but that's okay. Most people are against me on that, and that's just fine. Thanks for coming on today, you guys. 10K boys. Find them on Twitter. Find them on Instagram. Find them on TikTok. They've got hella podcasts, lots of different stuff you can watch in their network. They're guys doing business. That's it, right? Anything cool coming up you want to plug real quick?
We're in the works with the Wild on another game.
And then Ego Street Wild Watch Party on March 27th.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not quite official yet, but you'll see it.
Officially unofficial. All right, well, stay tuned.
Work you guys in the fold of that one.
Yeah, stay tuned to their social channels for that, and appreciate having you guys.
Thanks for having us, guys. Talk to you later.
Peace.